Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing great because the Xbox Direct was unironically amazing. The highlight, obviously was Doom, but everything else looked pretty damn good as well. And I'm just glad to see it looks like people are finally really excited for what Xbox has coming up. And even better, people on PS5 get to be excited as well because the games are coming there as well. Except for maybe South of Midnight, but we'll see what ends up happening with that. Now, like I said, Doom was absolutely the highlight. It looks incredible. The movement definitely looks like a step down from Eternal, but that's definitely intentional, especially because this takes place in the past. So, you know, he wouldn't have the technology of the dashes and all that stuff. Plus, I know id is just gonna cook no matter what. I already have my collector's edition pre-ordered. I swear, id and FromSoft are like the only devs I will pre-order anything from anymore. And the fact that the game's going to PS5, well, is just a huge bonus. You know, more people get to play it, Microsoft makes more money from it. Surely nobody could twist that into being a bad thing, right? I don't even know what I'm doing. You already saw the video title and thumbnail. You know what's up. Of course, JayTech takes issue with it. Because according to him, exclusivity is all that matters. And Doom is just already an L because it's coming to PS5 as well, even though it's his platform of choice. So I don't know why he would have a problem with that, but I'm sure he's gonna have some amazing reasons. But it wasn't just that. His whole reaction to Doom in general was just, you'll see in a second. We're gonna take a look at it for a reason. He had some very interesting thoughts on it, let's just say. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this.
Do you think it's a smart idea to make Doom open world?
Shooter.
Yeah, but you gotta be making it an open world this time around.
It ain't 1993 no more.
Yeah, you gotta have to make sure it's something for people to do.
Yeah.
Huh?
What do you mean, is it a smart idea to make Doom open world? They're not making it open world. They're making the missions bigger, and there's more stuff to do in them. That does not equate to open world. Like, for the mission they showed off, I'm assuming it's gonna be like the first or second mission in the game. But they're talking about how it's like a big area, and you've gotta go do a bunch of stuff. That's not making it open world. That's just expanding upon Doom's level design. Like, I'll take my favorite level from Doom Eternal, for example. The Super Gore Nest. It's a massive level, there's tons of stuff you gotta do. Doesn't make it open world. There's still like a sequence and a flow to it, and I guarantee that's how this is gonna work as well. Not once did they ever say the term open world when they were talking about it, but I guess these guys wouldn't know that because they were talking over the whole thing. And it's wild that they made this assumption based off the combat section of the showcase. They haven't even gotten to exploration yet, and they're already assuming open world. Look, I know open world is like a big trend and every game's been doing it over the last like 6 or 7 years, but that doesn't mean Doom is gonna do it. It is sticking to the formula that has always worked for it. Plenty of games work well in open world. I think Zelda works well, Dark Souls works well. Hell, I think Halo Infinite did open world pretty well, but I do not think a Doom open world would work. Hence why they're not doing it. They're sticking to what makes Doom great, and that's all people want.
I wonder if it has towns or shit, because this is like a medieval game now. So I'm hoping they have like towns.
Just run through and kill shit. I guarantee.
I would guarantee that too, but then like you said, that would get a little boring. No matter how
boring after a few hours.
But you know, Xbox fans, they love their shooters, so they gonna love this shit.
Now look, I know it's just your opinion that killing enemies over and over again gets boring after a while, but I'm just here to tell you.
And I know it's your opinion, but your opinion's wrong.
It absolutely does not get boring, let me tell you. I guarantee these guys have no idea how Doom works, where you gradually unlock stuff as the game goes on to, you know, keep the combat loop fresh. And then eventually you have everything and then you're put to the test with all your equipment for like the last few levels in the final boss. Like, you do know that there is progression to Doom, right? It's not just you get all the weapons and then you go in and you kill a bunch of stuff for 20 hours. No, there's constant progression and they constantly throw new enemy types at you as well. If you were just killing zombies for 20 hours straight, that would be pretty boring. But thankfully, it's not that. But I guess too much gameplay is not fun to these guys. And dude, Jay talking about having towns to visit. What is this, Breath of the Wild? You're not going to be visiting towns to talk to people in Doom because, again, it's not open world. It's a large level that you have to run through and kill all the stuff within and complete other objectives along the way. If there are towns in this game, I guarantee they're going to be demon towns towns, and your job is going to be to burn it to the ground. Jesus Christ, dude. Imagine towns in Doom. Like, you gotta run to a merchant to upgrade your shotgun or something. No, this isn't God of War, my guy. You're not gonna find 2 teleporting dwarves at random places who are gonna upgrade your stuff for you. Chances are you're gonna find a big shiny rock, you're gonna select an ability from the big shiny rock, and then you're gonna destroy it and take the crystal inside. Because that is how Doom progression works, and I love it.
Jay, just look at what they're showing you. They don't even show you no story, bro. They're just showing you all you do
Because
is just
Shoot.
You wanna know why?
Shoot.
You wanna know why?
For hours and hours.
Because
I've not seen no story element yet.
Okay, calm down and let me explain. The real Doom fanatics, that's all they give a fuck about. Not you. The real Doom fanatics, the ones that buy Doom every year. That's all they care
Doom
about.
ain't barely been that big since like
N64. And that's why it's not growing in its fan base, because it's only catering to the fans, the hardcore fans. It's not catering to anybody outside the fandom.
I know this man did not just say that Doom as a franchise is not growing. The same month that Doom Eternal came out, it was the best-selling game in the franchise. It made almost $500 million in less than a year. It sucks as well because Jay was so close. He was actually kind of speaking some facts. He was saying, like, they're showing the gameplay because that's what people care about. Yes, there's a story to Doom, and yes, some people care about it, but the main reason people love Doom is the gameplay. He was speaking facts for a little bit, and then of course he immediately ruins it by saying the franchise isn't growing. Doom just being itself while innovating a bit is exactly what is letting the franchise grow. You cater to the hardcore fans so they continue to buy your stuff, and then they preach about how great the game is, and then other people like myself try it out and end up loving it, and then we become hardcore Doom fans as well. One of the biggest issues plaguing gaming at the moment is the fact that games are too afraid to be themselves. What's the saying? Like, a game that's made for everyone is a game that's made for no one. You shouldn't be trying to cater to people who don't care about your game at all. Cater to the hardcore fans and they will sell the game for you. I mean, look at Elden Ring, for example. It's literally just Dark Souls, but they made it open world. Nothing else fundamentally changed about the game. And guess what? It outsold the entire Dark Souls trilogy. This reminds me of when Reforged said Halo needs a reboot. Like, no, the opposite. It needs to be itself. It's like all you people at home. Be yourself. Unless you're a terrible person, then don't be yourself. But don't try to change yourself just to appeal to other people. Find people who like you for you.
A wise person once said, always be yourself. Unless you can be Batman. Then you should be Batman.
Beautiful. I love it. Yeah, you know what? Don't be yourself, be Batman. Or Doom Guy. Either works.
Like, I got Doom Eternal, I got Doom 2016, but will I buy this day one? It looks cool, but if I'm gonna be like doing the same shit over and over, and it's like you said, no story to keep me occupied, like, I'm spending $70 just to like run and gun. I can do that shit for a cheaper price whenever it drops.
Exactly.
So,
Well, I mean, if you are on Xbox or PC, you could do it for a cheaper price on Game Pass. You know, just a little suggestion. And also, dude, Jesus Christ, no story to keep you occupied. There is a story in Doom. There has always been a story, at least in the Doom reboots. It's just not presented completely up front because the focus is the gameplay. The story serves as a way to drive you forward to allow you to kill more things. And it's so funny that they're saying all of this when in the later segments of the showcase, they're going to explain that the story is going to be presented more upfront in cutscenes instead of in codex entries this time. Not to mention they're adding accessibility options for people who might not be as into Doom, or, you know, can't handle how fast-paced it is, whatever. It's really ironic. They are complaining about exactly what is going to be fixed in this game. They're just jumping to conclusions way too quickly. Like, is it that hard to just sit there and watch the trailer and talk about it after? These dudes are definitely the guys who would talk out loud during movies. God, I can't stand people like that.
Like Trudy said, there's no story gonna be shown because it's gonna be very bare bones. It's probably like everything that's going on right now is apocalyptic. Everybody's dead, and the only people that exist are the demons, and you got to kill the demons, and there's nobody to talk to. And that's what it looks like right now. It's just one-man army. But Xbox fans love shit like this, and that's why they wanted Microsoft to buy Bethesda for this.
Are you seriously complaining that you can't stop in the middle of combat to talk to NPCs and get story. Are you kidding me? Dude, this is not God of War. This is not Horizon. This is Doom. Gameplay comes first, story comes second. And also, can we talk about that god-awful story summary? Like, no, not everybody's dead. Plenty of people are alive, as they have been showing in these cutscenes. This is a prequel. In Eternal, most of the world is dead, because Eternal is like the final showdown. This game is a prequel to 2016. So this is before Earth got taken over and everybody died. And also, he says one-man army as if that's a bad thing. That is literally what Doomslayer is. The whole point is he's a one-man army. There's literally a song in Doom Eternal called The Only Thing They Fear Is You. What's next? Are we gonna complain that Kratos is a one-man army in God of War? No, because it's awesome. That's not a negative thing. This dude is trying so hard to hate this game. It's crazy. And what's even crazier is the only reason he's trying to is because Xbox owns it. That's it. He probably wouldn't give a single damn about this game otherwise.
Why am I getting the feeling that they want this to be more like God of War than I think it is?
What? What are you talking about?
I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. Brace your eardrums. I just have to ask this. How are you getting the feeling that this is supposed to be like God of War? What, because you can find stuff in the world? That's how every game ever works. Literally, what about this is like God of War in any way? You were just saying that this game is just constantly killing, no NPCs to talk to, barely a story, anything like that. And then you're gonna compare it to God of War, which is extremely story heavy and constantly breaks up the gameplay with cutscenes and story? What? The only way Doom and God of War are similar is they are both video games, and both of their protagonists are probably equal in power scaling. I don't know, I haven't done enough research into the lore of both games, but Doom Guy and Kratos seem like two of the most powerful characters in all of gaming. Actually, you meant Doom Slayer, not Doom Guy. I use them interchangeably, shut up, you know who I'm talking about. But yeah, guys, there you have it. Doom doesn't have a story, but it's also trying to be God of War. You know, I'm convinced Jay doesn't have a brain in his head. What he has is, remember that Lost Atlantis episode of SpongeBob? And they had like the first bubble ever blown in that case? Jay's head probably contains that bubble and it's just bouncing around for eternity.
So is it the same human inside the suit? Or is that a different human?
Oh my god, dude. This is how you know he has no idea what he's talking about. Yes, it's the same guy. They call him the Slayer. The Slayer has always been one guy and always will be. This is like an origin story. I guess not an origin story, maybe, but it's a prequel story for him. Yes, it's the same Slayer. Jesus Christ. This is given the same vibes as when Reforged said that the beginning scene of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was out of Temple of Doom. I never use the word tourist unironically like ever, but Jay is unironically a Doom tourist. He claims he's played the games, but I question how much.
Because Doom and Expedition 33 are also on PlayStation, and Ninja Gaiden is on PlayStation, this is not the best show. South of Midnight as an Xbox exclusive, console exclusive.
Everyone
For how long? 6 months, maybe?
Most people in the Xbox chat are saying that this is a no.
So let me get this straight. The showcase was not good because their games are coming to other platforms. Are you kidding me right now? This is what I mean. This dude unironically thinks a game is good just because it's locked to a piece of hardware. Like, that's all that matters to him. And then True Witty trying to claim that everybody thought this showcase was an L. Absolutely not. Look at this dislike ratio. That is pretty damn good. And I have seen nothing but praise ever since for how great this showcase was. Not to mention pretty much all the comments, at least top comments, are positive. And honestly, I agree. I thought this was a damn good showcase, but let me know in the comments, did you think this was good? What would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10? I put up a poll asking people their thoughts, and most people seem to really love it, but let me know what you think. Personally, I just loved it because every game they showed looked great, and we actually got release dates for everything. Please God, just give us more gameplay and more release dates. That's all I ask for.
There are some people who are saying that that's a W, that's a W. You got
I
some
don't know,
saying
man.
it's an
I
L.
mean, Doom is still on PlayStation. It's a L because they said Doom wasn't going to be
They all
on
on PlayStation, except for South of Midnight. That's
Exactly,
gonna be on
but the remember
Well,
when the
some-
acquisition
some-
went down, they said we weren't
Podcast
never
page.
getting a Doom game again. Didn't they?
Someone said, "Holy crap, that's mid." Someone
Yeah,
said,
it
"That's
is mid. Didn't they tell us that we were never getting a Doom game because Microsoft acquired Bethesda?
Yes, back in 2020 and 2021, because Microsoft wasn't putting their games on PlayStation yet, so it was naturally assumed that because they bought Bethesda, the next game would not be on PlayStation and would only be on Xbox and PC. That is why people said PlayStation wouldn't be getting the next Doom. Obviously, plans changed drastically. For the better, by the way. And it's just wild. He doesn't see it that way. He legitimately sees it as a bad thing that he and other people on PlayStation get to play games like Doom and Expedition 33. He is using that as a negative against the showcase. Why does that matter for how good the showcase was? You shouldn't be judging it based off of where the games are going, but how the games themselves look. But no, we can just never hand Xbox a W ever. Everything has to be negative for them. Even if Doom looks incredible, oh, well, it's coming to PlayStation, so it's mid. This dude is so deep into the console wars, he is arguing against himself now. He is actually advocating for himself to get fewer games on his console. What is wrong with you?
But
I'm gonna tell
that's
you
not the
right now,
point.
they definitely feel some type of way about Doom coming to PlayStation. They will not buy it if they even had a thought to buy it.
anyways. They weren't gonna buy it anyways.
Well, listen, I'm gonna be honest, man. As much as I want to completely agree with you, if a game is exclusive, they could have switched. They could have got a couple of sales, but those people that would have been passionate about a game being exclusive, those people now knowing that it's not, are definitely not going to spend that additional money. People know you need to spend money on exclusives so you get more. But now that they know that the game is not exclusive.
So what, like the one or two crazy people on Xbox who think exactly the same way you do? This is what I mean. He thinks that everybody thinks the same way he does. Oh, they're not going to buy Doom now because it's not exclusive. It wasn't going to be anyway. It was coming to PC. Plus, I thought you said that Xbox guys don't buy games no matter what. And yes, you're right. You do need to spend money on games so you get more. But funny enough, it just came out recently that evidently you guys are not spending enough money either, because Yoshida just came out recently and said they need PC ports and remasters to make new games because they're not making enough off of just the PS5 sales of games. But, you know, of course he won't talk about that. Let me tell you right now, Jay, the 1 or 2 sales they will lose on the game on Xbox because it's going to PS5 is nowhere even close to the amount they are going to make off of people buying it on PS5. I think they're just fine with missing out on 1 or 2 sales from some neckbeards at home who can't handle the fact that the game went to another console. Because guess what? Money talks, console war BS walks. And guess what? At the end of the day, people on all platforms are gonna buy this game. I'm calling it right now. This is gonna be the new best-selling Doom game of all time. And I will legitimately be flabbergasted if I am wrong. So yeah, at the end of the day, Jay, you stay getting mad over the fact that it's not locked to a platform. I'll stay enjoying the game because it's fun. And that's what games are supposed to be at the end of the day. And yeah, with all that being said, that's all I got for this video. I really do just get secondhand embarrassment watching some of this stuff. Like, it's crazy. Imagine thinking a game or a direct is bad because it's multiplat. Like, God forbid you're not forced to buy a plastic box to play the game. Boo options, am I right? Jesus Christ. Folks, it's like I've always said, be a fan, don't be a fanboy. And like I also always say, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more. Join us every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for Salt streams, and I will catch you all next time. Seriously though, sub, we're so close to 13K.